Hello, you guys. So, welcome to today's video, and today we are going to start back becoming a backend developer. Basically, I know backend like if I say about my backend experience, I know how to build backends. So I have built like production level backends in Node.js, but then you got to level up. So yesterday I posted something on my LinkedIn. Let me show you. Let's just show it here. Um, oh, yeah. I want to get that good that I could understand at least one video that Hussein Nasser, uh, by Hussein Nasser, from start to end. So basically, this is a guy that is a tech lead or product leader somewhere, and he comes around my YouTube, recommended a lot of time, and principal engineer at Redlands, and um, I'm very interested with what he has to say, but half of the things I don't understand, and I feel really bad at that. Why don't I do understand those things? So that is my motivation behind going through the backend roadmap. So the end goal is to understand Hussein Nasser's video, and that's the goal. Let's see how if we can do that. Let me just make some live configurations. Okay. What's row new playlist? Search 10x. 10x is like a normal term that is very popular in the tech world. Developer, and let's create. I get a lot of views from playlists, and like people go and watch the entire playlist itself, and this thing has helped me a lot. Um, I'm also glad that slowly and gradually my channel is picking up. Uh, like as I say, I do this for me. So if no one ever watches, I'll still make these videos because it's just a side product. If I am going to sit on the table and like read this, why not read it aloud and spend like 10-20 minutes extra? So it's not. But I don't claim to be like last time somebody said that you are helping out uh, and everything, but I don't claim to be that guy that is doing something like trying to help you or something. I'm doing this for me. Um, okay, let's just dive straight into it. So this guy is the motivation. Uh, Give him a follow, give me a connect on LinkedIn, a follow on LinkedIn, and yeah, and I have my social media platforms and Discord on the description. Like this video, and let's get started. Okay. Um. So let's first go on to the FAQs. This is how I like starting it. If you are a complete beginner who is how to become a backend developer, if you're a complete beginner who is just getting started, you can start by learning backend programming language such as Perl, Ruby, Java, Go, etc. So I know Node.js, I know Golang, like Node.js means JavaScript. So that's I think knowing a language, and I know like if saying I know making backends in Golang and Node.js. If you tell me about syntax, then I know C++, I know Java, I know Python. Um, Yeah, so three more languages there. So yeah, but making backends, I have done them in Golang and um, JavaScript. So once you have got the basic or intermediate language, you can learn or package manager. So like Golang uses GitHub as its package manager. So like you do Go modinate, you like import the package into your project, and it is through GitHub, and then through the link, and it does that. Node obviously has npm. Rust has, I think, what do they call, Rust? Uh, uh, Cargo. Rust has cargo. And what does Java have? I'm not sure about Java. Python has PIP, I guess, something like that. I don't remember exactly. Uh, but pip install. We do pip install in Python, so I think it's pip. And yeah, so that's let me just try to explain these topics also. So you learn about package managers. So package managers, what do package managers do? Okay, so package managers are basically, let's say you don't want to create everything from start. If you are making a product, the best thing is to use somebody else's work and not reinvent the wheel. And that's where package managers come in play. So package managers allow you to use those package, and they manage the versioning, the running of those package, and you can use those package. And so that's what package managers do. Learn the basic of some relational database. So example, Postgres. Yeah, so I know how to do CRUD operations using database. I know transactions. I know creating views, I think, and yeah, some more things. Like if you tell me the topic, I know that how they basically work, and so yeah, I have sufficient good college level knowledge. Optionally, you can pick up and learn a web framework for language of your choice as well. Actually, on Golang, I don't like using a framework. I like using the native Golang HTTP package. But on obviously JavaScript, we use Node.js. Node.js is quite popular runtime. Uh, learn Is Node.js a framework? I don't think Node.js is a framework. Express is also, yeah, Express could be a frame. Express is also a library, I guess. Yeah. Learn how to build simple RESTful APIs and implement simple authentication authorization into it. Yeah, so you can, for authentication authorization, you can learn about OAuth and OpenID Connect, and so which will help you understand the standards for authentication and authorization, and also you can like implement a login with Google and login with like places where you want. While you are learning all of these items mentioned about, don't forget to learn about GitHub. Obviously, like the first thing a developer should learn is GitHub. I think because when you are like you need to save your work, you need to show it around to progress anywhere, and GitHub is that place, is that tool and place to do that. After following the instructions above, you can start applying to entry-level backend developer jobs. Also, look at backend developer roadmaps about to get an idea about the landscape and see what else you are missing. I don't think that is true right now. Right now, they expect, like especially right now in India, they expect much more than you knowing how to create a backend. Even if you are good at it, even if you know all these topics, they might reject you because someone knows uh, load balancing, or someone can well explain like um, like monoliths and microservices, uh, throttling, I don't know, graceful degradation, load shifting, or I don't know, circuit breakers. But yeah, so if these topics, someone knows that's a big advantage, and you can have much more things to talk about. So it's always helpful to try to know all the topics. You might not remember everything, no one does, but at least you know that they exist, and then you can look it up while you work. Uh, After following, yeah, a degree in computer science and or related field is always mm, not always necessary, but networking, building a portfolio, and activity seeking internship, junior developers positions or consulting can help you start and advance a career as a backend developer. I don't agree that a degree is not helpful. I think a degree is very less appreciated. I think that degrees do provide a tangible benefit, tangible advantage to the user, and I think they are actually like very beneficial. Note, remember to make a lot of projects. Yeah, and mm, learning to solidify your understanding of concept. Also, it's important to have the attitude of continuous learning to improve your skills and be prepared for last phase signal. And that's what we are doing. How long does it take to become a backend developer? The amount of time takes will vary several factors, learning pace, previous experience, and amount of time you are dedicated. And we are dedicated, we are fully dedicated. What else, like, because uh you gotta earn, you gotta make a lot of money, and this is the way to do that right now, to be very good at this, and then charge for your knowledge. It's like in the long term, I don't want to be coding, I want to be architecting, and I want to be like Hussein Nasser, like uh, I want to be like architecting stuff. I want to plan out stuff, and then probably code out also a bit, like, but then have a team that does most of the coding, and I solve actually problems rather than um, basically doing the ground level work. So that's like you should know. Like if you that is something that you align with, you should know. Uh, Backend developer salaries can, yeah, and developers in year $92,000 per year. That's the average backend developer salary. That's that's quite high. That's very high. Uh, US people in the US get paid a lot. It's important to keep in mind. I'm also getting paid good. But yeah, that's very high. The salaries can vary greatly depending on the factor, experience level. Yeah, exactly. Everything. It's worth looking. Should I learn everything, listener? The roadmap contains everything you might encounter while working. You may not need everything listed on the roadmap to get into the industry. Every job is different, and most of the jobs will require a subset of items on the roadmap. However, knowing what you don't know is as important as knowing things. So you use this roadmap to get an idea of what you are missing as well. If you are a beginner who is just getting started, don't feel overwhelmed by looking at the roadmap. Look at the answer to the FAQ and how to become. Yeah. Uh, so that's the FAQs, and I like to read the FAQs because it gives you an understanding of where this roadmap is coming from and from which place they look at it. What's this? Hacker News. I just got distracted. I get distracted sometimes like this. But yeah. Um, yeah. So let's get started. How does the internet work? I think these are the basic topics that are very important. But okay, every time I come to the streams, I come with a very fresh mind. So I myself have not looked at anything. So anything that happens will happen in front of the camera, and that's why like uh don't be shocked if to know that I don't haven't seen the content that is out there. This is just a goal, and whatever the content is, like if it's huge, it's huge. What to do? We have to do it. So yeah, so let's just look at the content once, so we know what's the extent. Because I think this is going to be really huge. These only might take like 2 hours, so and then but let's see. Let's just get started. I don't think computer concepts. Yeah, basically, like a lot of these are like college level topics, so I know a lot of these topics, but I myself have like forgotten a lot of these, so and getting through it will be a good idea. So like I know like how it works in general, memory management, interprocess communication, IO management, like all these topics. I know basic commands like grep. I don't know AWK. I know CDLS. I know kill, tail, head. I know Vim. I'm not a Vim fan. I prefer my VS Code. I know throttling. I know Apollo. I know Nginx. Elasticsearch, RabbitMQ, Kafka. I haven't worked with Kafka, but RabbitMQ, yes. CQRS, uh, test TDD, DDD. Yeah, so gang of four design patterns, testing CI/CD. So there's a lot of things that I already know, but we'll go like fully through this roadmap. We'll not leave anything, and yeah. How does the internet work? Huh. I think I can also like uh, segment this and put it on different videos. So this might only take a long way. How does the internet work? As a developer, it's important to have a solid understanding of what the internet. Yeah, in this article we'll cover. Okay, introduction to internet. Before we learn internet, and yeah, we know what internet is. Group of computers connected, and yeah, doesn't matter how the internet works. How the internet works. This things at a high level, the internet works by connecting devices and computer systems together by using sets of standardized protocols. These protocols define how information is exchanged between devices and ensure the data is transmitted reliably, reliably and securely. The core of the internet is a global network of interconnected routers which are responsible for directing traffic between different devices and systems. When you send data over the internet, it's broken up into smaller packets that are sent from your device to a router. The router examines the packets and forwards it to the next router in the path towards its destination. This process continues until the packet reaches its final destination. Yeah. So a packet goes from your device to the routers, and then routers route them basically, and basically then it reaches the final destination. To ensure that packets are sent and received correctly, the internet uses variety of protocols including Internet Protocol (IP) and the TCP. For IP is responsible for routing packets to their correct destination. TCP ensures the packet are transmitted reliably and in correct order. In addition to these core protocols, there are a wide range of other technologies and protocols that are enable communication, DNS, HTTP, and secure socket layer SSL. Like you need an SSL certificate for HTTPS. As a developer, it's important to have solid understanding how. And I think these topics are taught in, like, obviously we are taught in computer science courses, but like sometimes I also blame myself because I wasn't that focused. Like COVID was the reason, but uh, and I felt like freelancing gigs and money came to me, so I thought, why should I learn all these topics? And now I feel that okay, I actually needed these topics. But then I also feel like not everything was taught. Not everything was much more focused on like uh, learning, like remembering stuff than actually understanding. Okay, this happens and this happens and then this happens. There was no uh, way of connecting everything. Everything was just told to you. Okay, this is this, this is this, this is this, and now you, if you can connect it, you connect it. If you can't, then okay, that's so fine. That's not what it's is in the exam. That is basically what the education system is. So you can't be very like everyone got the same spoons, let's say. So you can't be very complaining about that. But yeah, that is what it is. What it is. Packet, a small unit of data that is transmitted over the internet router, a device that directs packet of data between different IP address, unique identifier assigned to each device on a network. You use the route data for correct destination. Domain name, a human readable name, DNS, human is responsible for translating domain names into IP address. So you write google.com and then a DNS transfers it to the, basically it's kind of a hash map. So you write google.com, it sees okay, it's google.com, so it just changes it to the IP address that is in the namespace google.com. Key, for the key in google.com. HTTP is used to transfer data between clients such as web browser and servers such as website. HTTPS encrypted through to provide secure communication between clients. SSL, TLS, a secure sockets layer, transport layer, security protocols are used to provide secure communication over the internet. Yeah, so basically this thing is what how college teaches you. It teaches you, okay, remember all these, and that's the benefit of it. That okay, now I remember like what these are, but it never teaches, like it does not teach you well enough how these things are connected, and that you learn by yourself. uh, Role of protocols on the internet. Protocol play a critical role in enabling communication and data exchange over the internet. The protocol is a set of rules and standards defined. Yeah, there are different protocols used for internet communication. So why do we need a protocol? We need a big, in a world without protocols. Um, let's say computer A and computer B want to talk, but computer A does not know how like let's say uh, a person from rural India and a person from the US want to talk. So the person in rural India speaks his own language, and the person in the US mostly speaks English. So now they don't have a communication channel between them because they have no way to talk to each other. So the protocol is basically the language of that talking. So now if there's a translator between them, The translator is a protocol basically. If they both speak in the same language, then the language is the protocol basically. So that's why you need protocol, and why a protocol what a protocol is. There are many different protocols used in internet communication, including internet protocol, yeah, TCP, transmission control protocol. That was TLS, no? TLS, transport layer security, and this is TCP, transmission control protocol. UDP, user datagram protocol. So I think TCP creates a message circuit, and then the same path is followed by every packet, and but UDP um, has that every packet is sent. If it reaches, it reaches. If it does not, then it does not. So, like every packet uses the best possible path that it can find, but on TCP, one path is chosen and to be the best possible path, and then I don't remember like exactly all the differences. I remember the basics of it. IP is responsible for routing correct destination by TCP and UDP. Ensure packets are transmitted reliably and efficiently. DNS is used to translate uh, domain names into IP address, and HTTP is used to transfer data between client and server. One of the key benefits of using standardized protocols is they allow devices and systems from different manufacturers and vendors to communicate with each other seamlessly. For example, a web browser developed by one company can communicate with a web browser developed by another company as long as they both adhere to the HTTP protocol. As a developer, it's important to understand the various protocols used. Yeah, it's universal, uh, and you must know them. IP addresses and domain names IP are both concepts to understand. Yeah, IP address a unique identifier, ensuring that information is sent to independent intended recipient. IP addresses are typically represented series of four separated periods, such as this. Now that's IPv4. Now there's also IPv6 now. So, which is completely different from IPv4. It's not a version thing. It's not backwards. IPv6 is not backwards compatible. So IPv4 does not work with IPv6. So now devices have both IPv4 and IPv6. I think some devices don't have IPv4 now. Like they did start uh, only using IPv6, but yeah. Domain names, on the other hand, are human-readable names used to identify websites and internet resources and typically compose. Yeah. And DNS is basically does the mapping of domain names to the IP. Introduction to HTTP and HTTPS. HTTP, Internet-based application and service. Uh, HTTP protocol is used to client and server when server asking for a package or, or the resources are requested, the server then sends the HTTP response back to the client containing the request data. So REST APIs are basically HTTP requests. Uh, or uh, like when you make type in google.com in your browser, then it makes a HTTP request to get google.com from the server. HTTPS is more secure, encrypts the data being transmitted using SSL and TLS, so secure sockets layer and transport layers. Security encryption, this provides additional layer of international payment information and other personal data. When you visit the website that uses HTTPS, your browser will display a padlock. Yeah, so something like Arc does not have that. I think does Arc have? Yeah, I guess this. Yeah. This is the SSL certificate, I guess, by cs.fyi. Building application with TCP/IP. TCP underlying communication protocol used for most internet-based application and service. It provides reliable order error check delivery of data between applications running in different devices. When building application with TCP/IP, there are few key concepts to understand. Ports. Ports are used to identify the application or service running on the device. Each application or service is assigned a unique port number, allowing data to be sent to a correct destination. Yeah, so let's say I'm running the Arc browser right now, so the Arc browser will be on some port. So that's how the communication can happen. Like if you there has Google Chrome, so Google Chrome will have some port exposed, so it will be on some port. So all the programs that you have that run continuously are on support. Uh, like that require network, I think. I may be slightly wrong here. Like I have some doubts. Like all the programs or the programs that require network are on port. I think the ones that require network have a port. I hope so. Let's uh right now let's believe that. Let's check now. Program have a port. Software will only have one or more port numbers so a program with a network connection. I was right. Um, a socket is combination of IP address and port number representing a specific endpoint of communication. Sockets are used to establish connection between devices and transfer data between applications. I was always confused what they call as a socket, but now I understand. It's basically like IP address plus port. Uh, connection is established between two sockets when two devices want to communicate with each other. During the communication establishment process, the device negotiated various parameters such as maximum segment size and window size, which determine how data will be transmitted over the communication. Okay. Data transfer. Once a data connection is established, data can be transferred between application running on each device. Data is typically transmitted in segments which with each segment containing a sequence number and other metadata to ensure reliable delivery. Okay, good. Everyone understands the word data transfer. It's nothing uh, to be explained about. But each data has a sequence number and other metadata to ensure reliable delivery is the important point, I guess. And the important point for connection is maximum segment size and window size. So what is a segment size? I remember learning about it, but I think I have forgotten exactly what it is. But yeah, mm, I don't remember actually what it was. Window and segment size is the size of each packet, Window, I don't know. Uh, okay, yes, 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 yes. I remember. Okay. Yeah. So let's say there we decided on a segment size. Segment is basically a packet, and window is the number of packets that are in buffer. To let's say the receiver has a window size of let's say 10. I don't know if this is the exact mechanism, but this will clear you what is a window. So let's say so we know what is a segment. Segment is basically a packet, and segment size is a packet size. Now we don't want on every packet to be received. We send um acknowledgement back because that will take a lot of time and will uh, and it's not that unreliable that we need to do that. It is only a somewhat unreliable that packets get lost. So now you on the receiver side there is a window that is like of let's say five. So you get five packets and after that those five packets if all those five are correct you send back an acknowledgement. That is what I think of sending drone versus oil tanker across Atlantic Ocean. If one thinks that its all contents are wasted consumer you want loss may have to be small or equal yet smaller. Exactly. If you are wanting. And if the window fails you transmit the entire window, so that is a drawback, but generally you pick a window size up according to the packet loss, and then uh, that prevents a lot of windows to be lost. How does the internet work? Okay, we were not here, we were somewhere. So securing internet communication with SSL and TLS. As discussed earlier, SSL/TLS is a protocol used to encrypt data being transmitted over the internet. It's commonly used to provide secure connection for applications such as web browser, email clients, and file transfer programs. When using SSL/TLS to secure internet communication, there are a few key concepts to understand. Certificates. So SSL/TLS certificates are used to establish trust between clients and servers. They contain information on identity of the server and is signed by a trusted third party, a certificate authority to verify authenticity. So I showed you this. This is the SSL certificate and it expires on 10 December 2023. This is these are the details: common name, country of origin, organization. This is the encrypting organization. Let's encrypt. Uh, sign- uh, signature algorithm. So how it is hashed. A lot of data. Uh, encryption when building. Okay, handshake during SSL TLS handshake process. The client and server exchange information to negotiate encryption algorithms and other parameters for secure connection. Encryption. One, the secure connection is established. Data is encrypted using agreed upon algorithm and can be transmitted securely between client and server. Yeah, no problem understanding that when building internet-based communication and service, it's important to understand how SSL and TLS works and to ensure that your application is designed to use SSL and TLS when transmitting sensitive data such as login credentials, payment information, and other personal data. You'll also need to ensure that you obtain and maintain valid SSL TLS certificates for your server, that you follow best practices and configuration for securing your SSL slash TLS connections. By doing so, you can help protect the user's data and ensure the integrity and confidentiality of application communication over the internet. Yeah, so use HTTPS basically. Okay. The I think this one article only took 1 hour. We'll we'll complete this and then we'll move on. We'll follow on in another live because I also have some other work to do. But yeah, uh, future emerging trends and technologies. Internet is constantly evolving. As a developer, it's important. Yeah, and 5G. So 5G is the technology that is very much in the what are my opinions on 5G? So I don't see 5G very hyped as 4G was. Like in especially in India, like 4G brought up a very big revolution. 5G is there. Uh, it makes things faster. To load a normal site, you don't need 5G. Just to download stuff very fast, you need 5G. Like if you are playing streamed games, I guess 5G would be a good thing. But not for normal things. 4G is good enough to get most of your like 90% of things could be done with 4G, and those 10 high download like things could use 5G also. And when new use case and applications such as autonomous vehicle and remote search, yeah, those 10% of things. Uh, I prefer my doctor to not be remote. I prefer my doctor to be here in itself. So uh, that's an hot take. I would not want my doctor to be remote. If in very extreme services cases when there can't be any doctor that does the surgery and is here, that only case I would allow that. IoT refers to a network of physical application devices, vehicles, home appliances, and other objects are connected to the internet can exchange data. As IoT continues to grow, it's expected to revolutionize industries such as healthcare, transportation, and manufacturing. Is IoT are self-driving cars IoT? I think they are. AI AI technologies such as machine learning and NLP are already used to power a wide range of applications and service. From voice assistant to fraud detection and AI continues to advance, it is experienced to enable new use case and transform industries such as healthcare, fintech, and education. Healthcare, transportation, manufacturing. Yeah. These are the fields that tech that people want tech to be at. Blockchain is a distributed ledger technology that ensures secure decentralized transactions. It is used for being power a wide range of applications from cryptocurrency. I don't understand the use case for blockchains. Honestly, like if like most of the things that blockchain does can be done like by normal systems and much more efficiently than blockchain. So I honestly am not that bullish on blockchain technologies. Uh, like obviously uh, It's not because right now the block like cryptocurrencies have fallen. So now a lot of people that were bullish are not. But I've never been so bullish on blockchain from the start only. Like I knew about blockchain when I was in 8th standard. I tried to mine some Bitcoin that time in a wallet. I think I might have mined some. I don't know. I don't remember, but I don't have that wallet now. So, but that point I was bullish uh, because I did not understand it fully. But the more I understand it, and it was a technology that, like, 8th standard means 8 years ago. So, 8 to 9 years ago. So, but now, the more I understand blockchain technologies, I just find it very inefficient compared to normal tech, and that's why I'm not very keen on blockchain. Computing refers to processing and storage of data at edge of the network rather than centralized data center. It is expected to enable new use case and applications such as real-time analytics and low latency application. Staying up to date emerging trends to ensure that your application service. And that's what we are doing. We're trying to stay up to date with past knowledge, and that's then only you can understand upcoming trends. Conclusion: Internet global and has been okay. Cool. I think we'll end this live here. It's 50 minutes, 45 minutes, 46, 47 minutes to be more exact. So it's 47 minutes, and I think that will be enough for today. So, like for now, I don't know if I can come later on. I will. We did this, the entire explain. This only could take like a day or so. This these three will definitely take more than a day. So uh, I think this will become a lifelong project. But let's see. It'll take like months or months. But let's see. Uh, let's end this thing.